How to start a film production company. In the film industry, a production company can grant you a lot of freedom. You'll be able to produce films under your own independent company, free of constraints provided by outside businesses. While anyone can start a production company, and many young filmmakers start a company at some point, the process is fairly complex. However, with a little time and diligence, you can start a production company of your very own. Establishing the basics. Decide what kind of work you want to produce. Another basic aspect of a film production company is your company's vision. This is the kind of work you see yourself producing as a team. Film production companies focus on a variety of different types of films. Spend some time carving out your company's niche before moving forward. Do you want to write independent films with a low budget? Or do you want to produce films that will be commercially successful? Will you focus primarily on feature-length films, or shorts? Will you consider doing pilots for television programs, or do you want to work mostly with movies? 1. You should also have an idea of the kind of content you want to produce. Will your films be humorous? Will they be action films? Dramas? Mysteries? The kind of work you produce contributes to your company's identity, which you'll use to brand yourself as you move forward. Make sure you carve out a solid identity before moving forward. Decide on a name. The first thing you need to do before starting your company is settle on a name. As you begin to draft business documents and file paperwork, you'll need to refer to your company as something. Your production company's name reflects your personal brand, so you'll need to pick something that reflects the kind of art you want to produce. Filmmakers choose names for production companies for a variety of reasons. Steven Spielberg's company, Amblin Entertainment, was named after his first feature film. Ridley Scott chose to use part of his name, dubbing his production company Scott Free. Choose a name that's fun, creative, and somewhat unique. You should also keep in mind the kind of films you want to make. If you plan on making primarily comedy films, a somewhat silly-sounding production company name is to be expected. However, if you're planning on making more serious, artsy films, choose a name that sounds a bit more dignified. If you're starting a production company with friends or creative partners, make sure you all agree on the name. Film production can be stressful and creative differences often affect work relations. You should be able to agree on something as basic as your company's name to avoid hurt feelings from the get-go. Choose your company type. Companies are broken down in several different structures. You'll need to settle on a company type prior to filing any documents regarding your production company. Spend some time familiarizing yourself with different types of businesses. Sole proprietorships are the most common business type for people just starting out. This means the business is run by you, the individual, and there is no legal separation between you and the business. While this is one of the easiest types of businesses to form, it's not recommended for a production company. A lot of accidents occur on set. You would be fully responsible for accidents and injuries accrued during the making of a movie as the sole proprietor of your production company. 3. A better business structure for a production company is a limited liability company, or an LLC. An LLC is a hybrid business structure in that is flexible regarding things like taxes and legal liability and allows for partnerships. Most production companies are initially LLCs. You can own an LLC alone, or you can have multiple owners of an LLC. Other structures, such as a cooperative or a corporation, would not be ideal for a young production company. Cooperatives are only operated for the benefit of the owners, and a corporate structure may be too daunting if you're a young filmmaker. The LLC is probably the best option for an early production company. 4. Draft your business plan. Every company, a film production company included, relies on a business plan to function. Your business plan is essentially the blueprints of your company's structure. It outlines how your company functions, your company's policies, ethics, and so on. Before you begin filing paperwork, draft a business plan so you know how production company will function. Include a mission statement, which outlines your company's goals and ethics. Your mission statement should also overview how your business was formed, listing the names of all the production company's founders. You should include how you plan to make money from your films, as well as any startup funds you're putting into the business. 5. A business plan is a vital document for a production company. If you do not have a background in business or law, you may want to find someone with a law or business degree to help you with your statement. It may also be a good idea to include at least one co-founder of your production company with some knowledge of business. It's a good idea to have a business lawyer look over your business plan when you finish the document. This can help you make sure everything in your plan is legally sound. You should also keep in mind that, as you continue to form your production company, you may have to edit certain aspects of your plan. Until your company is fully formed, you will be continuously editing and adjusting your business plan. Establish the basic staff. Going into a production company, you will need 4 basic staff members. You'll need a head of development, a head of production, a head of post-production, and a head of sales. While you do not have to have all of these staff members chosen going in, your founding members should be willing to fill at least a couple of these roles. The head of development chooses and assesses scripts. A founding member, such as yourself, should be willing to be the head of development. This is the person who will decide the kind of scripts you produce, thereby establishing your company brand. The head of production makes sure films are created on a specific timeline following a specific budget. This should be someone with a background in film production who also has a knowledge of business finances. The head of post-production oversees technical editing when a film is complete. You'll need to select someone who has an extensive background in film editing. Lastly, the head of sales and distribution is responsible for helping a film make a profit. You want someone with a strong background in marketing and advertising for this role.